Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rob M., former military guy, entrepreneur, also an attorney. And today we're going to be talking about how to get ahead in 2024. And let's take a look at my Twitter feed and we'll go over some of these comments, take a look at them, analyze them, and try to get some juice out of them so you can get better in 2024. The first one that we're going to look at today is on the screen now. And just let me take a quick look at this. And let's see. The first one that we'll talk about today, this afternoon, is if you want to achieve greatness, you have to be willing to let go of the belief that you can't have it. So I have been reading a book. I've been reading a lot of books lately in the last couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, just trying to get new perspectives on how to improve life, how to improve success, self improvement, growth mindset, millionaire mindset. And there really isn't a whole lot of new ideas out there. One of the ideas that I'd like to discuss, beside this mindset of willing to let go of the belief that you can't have it all, so that has to do with abundance. And abundance is having a mindset that there's enough for everyone. You have to believe in your mind that there is enough for everyone, there's enough for you. And just because you have something doesn't mean that other people can't have the same thing. And an example that I always give in this area is think of air. Take a deep breath. Are you worried about running out of air? Unless you have some medical condition like asthma, you're going to be able to breathe as much free air as you want. There's no limit to the amount of air that you can breathe. And just because you're breathing air doesn't mean that other people can't breathe air also. It's the same with water. Go down to your kitchen, go down into your bathroom, you want to get a drink of water, turn on the handle, water flows out, you put the glass to the cup underneath it, the water fills up in the glass, and you have a glass of water and you drink it. You're not afraid of running out of water because there's an abundance of water. At least there is here in Massachusetts. There's plenty of water. As a matter of fact, the ground is absolutely saturated with water. And I helped somebody over the weekend get some excess water, let's say, out of their basement. So there's an abundance of water, there's an abundance of air, there's an abundance of money. And we can also see that if you look outside, and I've said this so many times, if you look outside, look at your neighborhood, look at the number of houses in the neighborhood. All those houses have mortgages on them. Those mortgages represent hundreds of millions of dollars just in a neighborhood. It's certainly in a community. All that money came from somewhere. All that money is available. It came from a bank. It was created basically through the banking system as debt, and it's available for all of us in the monetary system. So think of money like that. Think of it as there is enough for everybody, and there is enough for everybody. And sometimes I think that I'm speaking to myself here on, I hope you can all hear me. I hope you can hear me on the replay. I hope this is coming across. I hope this sound is okay because I'm getting some feedback on my end. Hopefully it's okay. Oh, there's my camera angle. So this is a live stream and anything can happen. So what I let's take a look at this tweet again. If you want to achieve greatness, you have to be willing to let go of the belief that you can't have it. Now, that tweet came from me reading a book on, what's it called? Mindset, on having what you want in life by at least having the proper mindset to believe that you're able to get that, what you want in life. If you're thinking to yourself, I'm never going to achieve what I want in life, I'm never going to be good at my job, I'm never going to be good at relationships, I'm never going to be good at getting the goodness and the abundance that I want in life, then it's not, then chances of getting that decrease dramatically. One thing that I have been thinking about is that if you look online, I'm not a guru. I'm not even close to a guru. I have 50,000 followers, subscribers here on YouTube. And as you can see, as you will see on the playback, I usually get very few viewers and certainly no subscribers live watching these. But if you look at gurus like Grant Cardone, Alex Hormozy, people of that like ilk, you'll see that they have plenty of followers and they have mindsets. They have this way about them that if they give you the impression that if you follow them, you're going to be just like them. One thing I've come to realize over the years is that you can follow somebody like, let's say, Grant Cardone, who's really into real estate. And he has a whole bunch of companies and he's successful. He's as successful as can be. And he has a system for buying real estate. He syndicates real estate deals. That means that if he sees a property that he wants to buy, he gets people that may be interested in investing in that property and gets a whole bunch of those people together. They pool their money and they buy apartment complexes. Great system, great way to buy real estate, great way to buy anything. If you followed his blueprint completely, you would never be like Grant Cardone. You could be rich, you could buy a lot of apartment buildings, but you're not going to be Grant Cardone because there's only Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone is the only one that can be Grant Cardone. And one of the books that I've read lately makes a good point. And that point is you can look at somebody, let's take, for instance, Grant Cardone, and you can look at his success, you can look at his jets, you can look at his bank account, you can look at his investments and say, I wish I had what Grant Cardone has. And you're never going to be exactly like Grant Cardone. And you don't want to be exactly like Grant Cardone because we don't know the struggles that Grant Cardone goes through. We do know some of the struggles because he's talked about them online. When he was younger, he had substance abuse issues, and those substance abuse issues led him to rock bottom. And it's nice that he talked about those things online because it gives us a good sense that even if you seem to be successful, even if you have a jet plane, a Ferrari, a beautiful wife, a beautiful family, money in the bank, that doesn't necessarily mean that your life is going to be a bed of roses. It doesn't mean that at all, unfortunately. So, in that sense, you and I are never going to be Grant Cardone. And we should embrace that. We should embrace who we are. And it's difficult to do sometimes. We look in the mirror, we see our faults, we see our blemishes, we see the things that we wish we could change. And then we see somebody that's made it in life and we say, I wish we could be them. Well, we can't be them. So we have to embrace who we are right now. And part of that means having a proper mindset. And part of that proper mindset is understanding that we're unique, that we're put here for a purpose. We have to find out that purpose, obviously. And part of that purpose is to help other people, whether that be people in our families, people in our communities, our friends, or me just helping you. I hope I can help you. I hope I can give you some information, some bits of wisdom that maybe I've learned the hard way that can improve your life. You'll never be like me. I'll never be like you. I might be like you in some aspects. You might be like me in some aspects, but you'll never have the journey that I've had. And I'll never have the journey that you had. I started off life. Uh, First, I went to law school in Boston, Massachusetts. After law school, I joined the United States Marine Corps, became an officer, and was eventually promoted to the rank of major. I got out of the Marine Corps, practiced law for a long time, and did various things in life, like run for United States Congress. I started blogs, started doing online stuff. Recently, within the past few years, I started a YouTube channel, and hopefully that YouTube channel has improved your life and the lives of other people who might see it. That's my sincere hope. In 2024, we all have a chance to start new. We all have a chance to start our life over. It's only day 15 of the first day of the first days of this new year, 2024. And I have high hopes for you in 2024. There's no secrets. The secret to succeeding, and I have to keep telling myself this, is to take action, hard work, and to try to come up with some original ideas based upon other people's ideas. So you're going to look at what other people have done and take those ideas and maybe tweak them a little bit, improve them, and take action on getting those ideas out to the world. Now, in 2024, those ideas that you want to bring out to the world have just been made a little bit easier by artificial intelligence. We can feed things into chatbots and get so many different ideas, creative ideas. And I love artificial intelligence and I use it all the time. I didn't use it on this video, but I have used it in certain tweets. And one of those tweets I'd like to take a closer look at right now. And that is this tweet that some of these I like a lot. Well, I got this tweet: the impossible loves a party. Don't be afraid to invite it into your brain. I got that tweet. I developed that tweet by reading a book, and I forget the name of the book. And like I said, if you didn't hear the beginning of this live stream, I haven't been posting videos as much as I have been because I've been reading. I probably have read about 10, 15, 20 books in the last couple of weeks. Now, when I say I've been reading 10, 15, 20 books, I don't sit down and read every single solitary word in each book. But if some aspect of that book interests me, I'll pay closer attention to that subject matter in that book. And this is one of the ideas that I got from one of the books, and that is the impossible loves a party. Don't be afraid to invite that impossible idea into your mind. And that is because we all have impossible dreams. There's been a lot of songs about impossible dreams. There's been a lot of videos about impossible dreams. And let me give you an example. You might have an impossible dream of starting a business, and you were hoping that that business, your dream is that that business is going to turn into some generous form of income in your life so that you can, let's say, give your kids a private high school education or a private elementary school education, or maybe you want to give your grandchildren some something special that you didn't give your children, or maybe you want to put your children through a great private college. And there's a lot of them here in Massachusetts. I went to Boston College and New England School of Law, and a lot of people online now are saying that education is kind of meaningless. I don't think it is, because education gives you the exposure to people in a personal setting that you will not get just by reading a book or taking a course online. You might get something similar uh, watching a video like this. I have a Juris Doctorate in law. I taught people, I'm a mentor to people that are trying to get their appellate practices going. And when I say appellate, a lot of people don't understand what that means. And that just means that when you appeal a case that you've lost in, let's say, a trial court, you disagree with the judgment of a trial court, and you might bring that decision to a higher court for the higher court to review it. But in life, we can learn from other people is the bottom line. And we can invite the impossible into our minds and let our minds think about that impossibility and make it into a possibility. We can do that. Our mind has the capability of turning the impossible into possible. And you can look at history. History is replete with examples that give us ideas that seemed impossible at the time and turn them into a reality. And today we can think of that very easily because it's Martin Luther King Day. And he had a dream that was impossible at the time in the 1960s, that all men are created equal, and that he had a dream that his children, his grandchildren, wouldn't be judged by the color of their skin, but on the strength of their character. And another guy that lived in that same era was President John F. Kennedy. And he had a dream that people would go to the moon, men would go to the moon. He didn't live to see that day, but in 1969, men stepped onto the moon. That was impossible. But now it's not impossible. The impossibility became possible. And that impossibility that you're thinking about might not even be as big as putting a man on the moon or overcoming prejudice. It might just be to buy a vacation home or to start making $100,000 a year or to improve a relationship with your spouse, with your children, or to get a relationship with a woman or a man, whoever you choose, a friend. Let me tell you, my friends, that is not impossible. I ran for Congress at one time, and it seemed impossible, and it was impossible. But just because it was impossible didn't mean I couldn't try. I did try, and I didn't win. But that was not a failure, but it was a learning experience. And I can take that wisdom from that experience and give it to you. And you can use it in your own life right now to believe in your own mind that there's nothing impossible, that you can do anything that you set your mind to. And again, we've seen this in history many times. And take a look. How did President Kennedy feel when President John F. Kennedy in the 1960s, when he had to face the Cuban crisis, when there was nuclear missiles pointed at the United States? Didn't it seem impossible? Didn't it seem impossible to stop a nuclear exchange at that time? They didn't have the communication. They didn't have social media. They couldn't have that instantaneous communication. And Kennedy couldn't communicate with Khrushchev immediately. They had a hotline. And thankfully, thank God, that impossible situation turned from being a potential nuclear holocaust into something that history would record as a great event that avoided a nuclear war. So, when you start feeling sorry for yourself and you think that you can't do something, that something seems impossible and that you can't wrap your mind around it and determine how you're going to overcome that impossibility, just know that history proves you wrong. You can do it. You can do it if you put your mind to it. I just gave you an example in my own personal life. It seemed impossible for me to run for Congress. I didn't have any organization behind me. I had little experience. I was an attorney. I ran for a couple of local political offices, but I didn't let that stop me. I had to collect thousands of signatures. Some people helped me. It was great. I would recommend the experience to anybody. But you're going to have failures in your life in 2024. Get over it. You're going to. Now, some of my experience comes from the United States Marine Corps. It was a difficult experience. It wasn't a fun experience in many ways. It's not a fun-filled organization. The mission of the United States Marine Corps is to defeat the enemy. And sometimes that enemy is fierce. But United States Marines are tasked with the job of overcoming the enemy. And there's obstacles in the way. Bullets are flying. Barbed wire is in the way. Mortar fire is in the way. Supply lines get messed up. Maybe there's lack of water. Maybe there's lack of ammunition. Doesn't matter. Those obstacles have to be overcome. If we want security and peace in this country, and we do. We're not afraid of challenges here in the United States. And probably if you're from a different country watching this, hopefully you're not personally afraid of challenges, because challenges are the only way that adversity is going to be overcome. It's not going to be overcome in your life without facing it and overcoming it. That's the only way. There's no way around it. So this tweet, if you want to achieve greatness, you have to believe that you have to disbelieve that you can't have it. You have to believe that you can have it, and you can have it. You have to create the reality that you want. And that reality that you want is success. You want success in 2024, don't you? If you do, put a thumbs up in the comments. And again, we were talking earlier about you and how you are not me, and how you are not Grant Cardone, and how you are not Alex Hormozi. You are you, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's something great about that. There's something great that you need to embrace about yourself. Don't shortchange yourself in 2024. Make sure that you believe in yourself. I don't care if you went to college, you have a Juris Doctorate like myself, a bachelor's degree, or you didn't even graduate from high school. It does not matter. What matters is what's right up here. Your brain, your mindset, your growth mindset, your millionaire mindset. You can do it. And if you don't believe you can do it, then you're not going to do it. So believe it. Believe it in 2024. And if you want some more, if you want to believe in 2024, I need your encouragement. I need you to share this live stream. I need you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Because 2024 we're already 15 days into this, year. And what have you done? What have you done to improve your life? I can tell you what I have done for the last couple of weeks. And I can tell you why I haven't posted a whole lot of videos or posted information on my social media outlets. And that's because I have been reading other people's opinions. I've been trying to overcome what I call what is really what there's a psychological term for it, and it's confirmation bias. That's confirmation bias. And that is you tend to look for everything in your life to confirm what you believe. So if you're believing that, I'll give you a wild ass example. If you're believing that if you're a man and you're thinking that no all women are, they're not interested in you. If you're thinking that women are just out there to get you and they're not interested in men and they're doing everything in their possibility to destroy your life, then you're going to find examples like that. Like you're going to start getting videos in your feed about why your belief is right. And it's not anything that's woo woo out there. It's an actual psychological term that's called confirmation bias. And if you believe in 2024 that good things are going to come into your life, then you're going to start living your life like things are coming into your life that are good. If you're watching the news every night and you're looking at tragedies, if you're looking at fires, car accidents, disasters, people telling you that the stock market is going to crash, people telling you that we're going to go into a recession, people telling you that you can't do what you put your mind to, then you're going to get that into your life. And let's put it this way, if you're watching this video and you believe that, you just experienced yourself a miracle because I don't believe it. I believe 2024 is going to be a beautiful, wonderful banner year for you and for all of my subscribers. So if you believe that, you should be following me. You should be subscribing to this channel because I'm Rob and there's no other Rob around. I'm not Alex Hermosi. I'm not Grant Cardone. I'm Rob McCarthy from Massachusetts. I'm nothing special, but I am what I am. And I believe that I can do what I put my mind to, and you can too. You can believe that in 2024, and you should believe that in 2024 because this is your year. This is your year. This is the year that you're going to get up off your butt and you're going to do things. And maybe we'll do it together. I'm looking for partners. Are you looking to improve your life in 2024? And I'm not talking just about minor improvements to your life. I'm talking about an overabundance of goodness in your life. And I have all kinds of ideas. How about this for an idea? How about creating a syndication that buys underperforming franchises and turns them around with proper management, with proper marketing, with proper, you name it, accounting, legal support. And I could go into it more. I'm not going to go into it because you get the idea. I have ideas in my mind. And if you're into that, if you want to partner in 2024, put your name in the comments and let's get in touch with one another. 2024 is our year, my friends, and we're going to make this a banner year. If you believe that, put a thumbs up in the comments. So, I'm going to be ending this live stream pretty soon, and I hope you did get some benefit from it. So, let's take a look at this last tweet. Be someone who is determined, optimistic, and doesn't take no for an answer. Do you take no for an answer? Have you had setbacks in your life? And when you've had those setbacks, what have you done? What have you done? Have you sat there and sulked? Did you put your head between your legs and say, poor me, I'm never going to try again? If you did, get your head up, because you're not going to get anywhere in life by tucking your tail between your butt. That's not going to happen. When you get a no, move on to the next one, and you might get a no again. You might get a no 100 times. I can't tell you how many times I called people up on the phone when I ran for the United States Congress and got no's. I can't tell you how many times I went door to door trying to talk to people and they slammed the door in my face. I don't care. That doesn't matter. We have one life to live, my friends. Are you going to get up and take a chance? Are you going to get up and say, who cares if people say no? Who cares if people close the door in my face? There's millions of people that you can contact, that you can form partnerships with, form relationships with, that will enrich your life. If people say no, you just had an awesome opportunity to say, okay, that doesn't matter. I'm closer to yes. With every no, you're closer to yes. Do you believe that? I do. If you do, put a thumbs up in the comments and share this with your friends. Share this video. That's the only way this message is going to get out. And that's the only way that you're going to prove to yourself and your friends and your colleagues and your significant others, whoever they may be, that you are serious about making a dent in this universe in 2024. That's it, my friends, for right now. I'm going to sign off and wish you all a good Monday afternoon and a happy March.